skills, but I've never had the opportunity to implement them
I think
as I do
it's
now.
like an appropriate
And
time
now
we
the
can
fate of
skip
the entire
around because
Western
now
Hemisphere
like it's
depends
just
on
like
my father's and my
it
ability
just
to
goes on.
negotiate
Like
with
we
the
know what
enemy.
it's about.
Chapter 2.
Basically like the whole
Serenity.
book is basically like her going with her dad to work out a peace treaty, and then she's gonna meet the guy, and the guy's be like, I accept the treaty if I can have you. Book 1 done. Book 2.
Oh, she's ugly because she has a scar on her face. Oh shit.
Wait, she's considered ugly?
No, I'm pretty sure like that's the thing because immediately chapter 2, the first thing she mentioned is the scar. Running down from her eye down to her cheek, a permanent tear for all the souls that the war has claimed.
Oh, bitch, don't be melodramatic. She probably got it because she tripped or something.
Okay, I'm zooming through right now still, and she's getting her outfit right, and she was like, oh, I have to wear the same typical embassy outfits, right? And they go say, no, sweetie, direct orders. Since everyone's going to watch you, here's like a jaw-dropping dress for you. And the girl's like saying, what? But I'm just the princess though. Like, my dad is the embassy, you know? And the person, like, the friend just saying, yeah, no, like, people are going to be looking at you. Your dad could just wear the boring outfit. Like, what the fuck? This is so glaring, like, as main character bullshit.
Fuck you, old man. Oh god.
$50, he's gonna die as soon as he enters the building, and then she's stuck in the fucking building.
Low key, fuck Will, fuck the guy, Yandere. I want to get with the dad. I feel so bad for him. And he's like this important role too, and I know it's all gonna be in vain because he's probably gonna die at one point or another.
And then the girl has to be like, I have to honor my dad's memory and get this bread.
God damn. Just because the dad was so like glaringly ignored, I know the author's gonna kill him off at one point. It's so obvious.
Oh my gosh, she's still saying, why do I have to wear this dress? My father should be the one. The answer is because you're young and attractive.
Oh god.
It's easy to sympathize with someone who looks like you than someone like your father. Oh my god.
I feel so bad for the dad.
Like,
Oh, rip.
They're
Like,
not.
Like if the dad was a real person, I would start a Patreon account for this man and be like, make him the main character.
What?
Give the dad a voice.
Well, I can't get over it. This is so glaring main character BS. Like, this is young adults logic.
This is why I kind of compared this novel with the same energy as like those like alpha female like Wattpad stories that you read on like
This is special privilege type bullshit.
it's main character privilege.
Still, I grind my teeth together. Bitch, she's grinding her teeth being grumpy about this.
Oh my god. She's grumpy about getting main character privilege.
That's literally like every Japanese like female protagonist going, I can't believe this. I got all this good shit and I really hate this. Man, I really hate the male lead giving me attention.
Oh, I like how they don't have enough money to like eat like a decent amount of food and nutrition, but yet they have like this gorgeous dress like already, you know.
Hey, main protagonist, Halo. Imagine being the side characters, fucking seeing this bitch walk around in, like some jaw-dropping dress, and you're eating like cold oatmeal, going like, man.
I must have like if I saw that, I would have thought like that. I would have thought like being the general was a shit. I'm like, oh shit, like, bet I want to be that.
honestly.
But then when I like try out for the position, I realize I'm just like the main character's dad. Throwaway.
Eat. Okay, remember, this is the point of view of the dude. Okay, the male lead here.
I thought the evening was going to be another dull meet and greet. The wound emissary walks in, and on his arm I see her. The emissary's daughter. Serenity Freeman. The world doesn't stop moving, the room doesn't go quiet, but I swear something inside me just broke and reformed the moment she turned her devilish eyes on me, and that's the only way to describe those eyes of hers. Devilish. She's a wicked soul, through and through. Just like me. She's unlike the women I'm used to. Her arms are sculpted, and her body is lean beneath her dress. It's an almost laughable contrast
thought she said
to the
she was
soft women
bony.
that fill the rest of the room. I'm dying to lift her skirt, run my hands up those legs, and get to know just how toned the rest of her is.
What?
My guy has a muscle fetish. Wait. So I guess he has a thing for muscular women.
Well, like, she's different from all the other women, but I'm 50.
With how they describe her is like the way he describes her is she sounds like a straight up man. I'm sorry. Devilish eyes, you know. I'm not saying women can't have devilish eyes, but that's the description you usually notice when it comes to like men. Like when you read.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but the way that when you read about her, like her way of thinking, you fucking do not picture her with devilish eyes. You picture her with the typical protagonist eyes of going question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
I kind of picture. I like. It seems like we're seeing her as how she sees herself, which is like she probably thinks she's uglier than average. And he's just like, man, she's a 10 out of 10. Both of these people are so unreliable.
But he's going like nothing like the women I see around here. So it's people he's surrounded with. So people who've been eating. So if we take her and compare her all the other people in her own area, you know, her own community, they all probably look the same. And I'm pretty sure he would faint on the spot, thinking he just walked into heaven.
There's goddesses all around me.
Exactly, like, because, like, that body type wouldn't be any different from her community, where they're all starving.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And them saying, like, oh, you're the only one attractive, I mean, that's main character bullshit, but also, like, I highly doubt it.
Right.
You know, like, there's probably some kid in there who looks fucking drop dead gorgeous, but they never picked her because she's... A, like, not the main character, and B, she's probably covered in dirt in the first place.
I like how he just sets his eyes on her, and he's just like, I know, you and me are the same.
Like, how, it's like Deathless all over again.
It sounds like a good case of insta-love, if I've ever heard about that case in my life.
Yeah.
It's insta-love.
Yeah, and this is making him sound like a Yandere, to be honest, the more we talk about this.
Yeah, but it's just so... I don't like the writing.
The writing is really weird. I'll be real. It's really, really strange.
It's strange. It's not unbearable. Like, it's so better than Deathless, because you can at least understand it. But it's very odd. It's odd to me because I've grown, like, I don't really, like, you know, read a lot of, like, teen fiction, but I feel like if you just pick out any other teen fiction from the library, it would sound like, oh, this sounds like normal.
Yeah, like, the insta-love here, I remember from reading all the other teen fics, it's pretty much the same with, like, how the guys fall in love with the girl. You know, the whole insta-love thing?
Yes.
But it doesn't make them a yandere, you know? Like, head over heels, like, that's
let's
common.
see what he does.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he kills Will.
Fucking useless ass Will.
Poor Will.
That pretty skin of hers, the viscous, hardened soul that looks so similar to my own. She's the best challenge I've seen yet. I need to get to know her. She might have just changed everything.
Okay, the first line of as pretty as her body might be, I'm pretty sure I picture like a sickly body, you know, like someone who's about to fall over, like a like a fucking leaf. Oh man, I'm getting rock hard about this one. Oh my gosh. In another life, the obvious warning she's dangerous one with the scar doesn't mean jack shit.
I like how he just like he's just like, oh, I know, you know how I know she's dangerous? That scar. It's like if I said, oh, you know who I think is a druggie? That guy, 'cause he got a tattoo. Yeah, he's a druggie. That's like the same energy.
Honestly, yeah. Like, having a scar doesn't mean jack shit. Like, in what world? Like, because it's on her face? Shit, man. They've been in war, for all we know. She could have been, like, cowering under her bed when someone cut her face. You know? Oh shit, she's pretty dangerous. She's hiding underneath the bed, you know?
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like, why would you make those connections?
Like, this is a very much a big leap of logic. You know? And if they do not address this in the story where the girl's saying, you know, you're having a lot of leaps of logic here, and I never even opened my mouth, you know, then...
He already knows her bio.
Yeah.
Just by looking at her, he's just like, oh yeah, she's dangerous. She's like me.
It doesn't mean jack shit! Oh my god.
Is he in love with her? Like, just because of her looks?
The thing he said is, she's the best challenge I've seen yet.
He just looked at her.
Yeah, like...
Wait. Is it because... No, it can't be because she has hate in her eyes. Because if you think about it, like, a lot of people probably look at him with disgust. And you're just like, off with your head, you know?
Yeah, and he says right here, she's looking at him with anger and fear. So, like...
I don't know, man. The thing is, she's the main character. There's no logic. She's just the main character.
Yeah. What got me is, imagine if we never saw her backstory in the first couple chapters, and he starts sprouting out all this bullshit. Easily, we could have filled in, like, some other bullshit background, and he would have been wrong. You know? He just happened to catch the mark here. How convenient. How plot convenient.
Enough of this. I'm gonna skip to chapter 30. I'm gonna tell you what happens between chapter 8 and chapter 15 without even looking at it. So chapter 8, they get introduced, and then he makes all these like creepy, like he's gonna go full like Yandere creepy actions, like, how are you doing, my little rabbit? You know, like. Like, what's your name? My name is, you know, all this shit. Let me go to...
The thing is, you immediately proved yourself correct by clicking a random page.
You see it?
Yes. Oh my god.
So cynical, the king says. Tisking. He approaches me. Why didn't you come to dinner last night? He asks. His eyes gleam. He's not a man to take rejection well. No.
He might be a Yandere, but damn, he's a shit one.
Oh god. He reminds... He's like a combination of like a Yandere with the Orasama.
Yes.
He's an Orasama Yandere is what. I'm gonna say Lazuli, Kind of
Yeah.
sounds like a. I'm just gonna say Zuli. King Zuli cups my face and tilts my head up. His thumb strokes my jawline.
This is page 15.
Yes, as his eyes danced over my lips. What did I tell you, Kay? Creeper action. It takes most of my self-control to let him do this. Even the small touch feels extraordinarily intimate. You don't trust yourself with me, yeah?
Like, you say creeper actions, but I also picture this perfectly as Orasama actions. You know, like, the assholes that, like, push around, like, the very, like, gentle MCs.
I told you, this is gonna be, like, fucking, like... It's so predictable. Like, you know, like... next, I know, I'm gonna search the word finder, little rabbit. Like, 30 words just pop up in this story.
Okay, little rabbit. Little rabbit. Oh, my little rabbit who has a scar on her face. Ooh. Ooh.
Especially not with you, I said, holding his gaze. My pulse is in my ears.
Like, I feel that, but that's only when I'm, like, at school going to take a test.
Okay, okay. Fucking... this sentence... Are you not used to a man pulling out your chair for you, he asked? And she says, where I live, a man would sooner mug me than pull out a chair for me.
Look, it reminds me of when life give you lemons, be thankful, not AIDS.
Where is this coming from? Oh my god.
Hi, Key. I'm pretty sure for the recording, all you get is like 9% of us just incoherent laughing.
It's so good.
It's so fucking stupid.
I hate teen fiction. Oh my
Like,
god.
I remember back in the day I would eat this shit up, but like, shit, man.
This is what I read. This is what I listened to on Audible when I was in high school with that 50
Shades of Grey audio.
Yeah.
On the bus, it's fucking pitch black outside. Cherry's
Cherry's
sitting next to you.
What
and
are you
like,
listening to? Cherry asking me while I'm like focusing on controlling my lady boner.
like while you're having your getting rock hard, I'm stuck in a bus full of bugs and shit. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
I can give you a demonstration, but you'll be required to join me.
Okay, like the interactions isn't bad, but just shit, man.
Like, I know, like, I think the author was trying to go for a sexy vibe, but it missed me with that completely. And it's just like pure comedy.
Honestly, if you said this was a comedy, I would believe you.
Like, is this a comedic Yandere? Holy shit, he's like the Da Vinci Yandere. Orasama, comedian, Yandere. He can do them all.
Oh my
god. What's next? The emo type? No, the athlete. I play football, soccer. Shit, he's a Da Vinci man. Da Vinci Yandere. He can do them all.
When you jump to like page like 60 or something, he'll reveal his tragic backstory of him like saying like his mother abandoned him or beat him or some shit. And now...
but that's not till like almost the end of the book when we hate him. Or quote unquote hate him.
You know, this plotline reminds me of every other Yandere stories on quote V or whatever. You know, fucking girl has to go to like the Yandere king because her people are in trouble and she can't do anything about it, and the Yandere king is just being some creep about it, and in the end it's her like killing the king or something.
Oh my god. So on chapter 24, It's the dad. But, you know, who cares about him? Yeet.
Yeet.
Forget all this insert. Like, who cares about the dad? Wait. Oh, okay. The dad doesn't even get the full page. It's right back to the king.
Oh, it's like Beauty and the Beast, but worse.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh, my God. I am trapped. I turn my attention to my surroundings. I'm in the king's richly decorated sitting room. It's beautiful and lacks for nothing. Save the king. Blah 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 blah. You're still in my dress.
Excuse me?
He probably gave her a dress.
For her to wear?
Yeah, not like his dress.
Like the king running around in a dress.
I know you'll come for me, I respond, touching my sternum in a poorly masked attempt to hide my cleavage.
What?
It only serves to draw the king's attention to my chest.
Who the fuck thinks sternum when they're touching their chest? Oh, I'm touching my sternum right now. Oh God. No, you say fucking chest, breasts, boobs. You know.
Oh my God.
You know the author broke out the fucking thesaurus for this one.
Oh, I think they're having sex now.
They're fucking having sex.
Yeah, and well, I need to get to the next page.
Yeah, go to the next page. What the fuck?
I've never done this.
Oh no shit. Because Will here is giving you blue balls.
Alright, this is
It's in all, and it does nothing to calm my nerves. So I stretch and do
so the
several
father's
sets of
gonna
push-ups
leave
and
with
sit
her. I'm
UPS.
gonna stop this because the
Once
sex
I
scene's
have a
over.
nice sheet.
Yeah. not much for a sex scene though.
Yeah, the quote unquote sex scene.
Like one look, like high key, if he was a yandere, he would have gone ballistic at the fact that she kissed someone, you know.
So anyways, the king is just like, yeah, your daughter's gonna stay, bro. Cause, you know.
Mm-hmm. Because he's evil and all that jazz.
And then I wonder if the dad gets killed here. Oh no, she's escaping with her dad. But I'm gonna bet you $1 million she's not gonna escape.
And why is she called the queen of all that dies then? My father said, there we go.
I knew it!
Fucking first page, she has the dad, he's gonna die.
She has the dad, he's gonna die. She's gonna have nobody left.
She has to rely on the fucking male lead here.
It's not, like, I knew he was going to die the moment the character was just like, yeah, your dad's not important. Like, who says that about someone who's dead?
Honestly, yeah.
Like,
That's the author talking.
that's the obvious. She's fucking Serenity. God.
And then with Will, they're going to do him dirty. So like he'll be like a very basic side character that you can't really blame about, like nothing wrong with him. But then last second he's going to be like really fucked up himself too.
He's gonna so they're gonna pin Will and Serenity against each other.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna bet it's gonna go.
It reminds me of Hunger Games, you know, like there's the love interest between Gale, fucking Katniss, and Peeta. And Gale was pretty a decent dude, like throughout the entire story.
It was
so
a
like,
decent dude.
Yeah, until the very end where he like sacrificed children, and they're like, what? That doesn't seem like him. It just
doesn't seem like his character, right?
Yeah, it's just something entirely that the author did so that you immediately sway to the other side right away.
I mean, like, the author didn't even need to do that, because I kind of preferred Peeta.
Yeah, Peeta was nice. I mean, I also like Gale because Peeta was pretty fucking useless.
Like, no, like, this is like, back in my day, like, I like Peeta more than I like Gale, because Gale seems like the type that doesn't really need help, while Peta, like, I feel like he could die in like 5 minutes.
Yes.
So I'm just like, man, I feel sorry for you, bro. The king places me gently on the bed. Oh, are we finally getting to the sex scene?
Julie, you have impeccable, like, choosing of chapters here.
This is why I should choose the chapters.
Like, okay, let's read this random book series. Fucking jump to chapter, like, 55.5. Oh, hey, here's a sex scene.
What was the other chapters then? Useless?
Fucking useless.
Like, there's no doubt he's a Yandere. Like, he'd probably get a 4 out of 4 on the a 4 out of 5 on the Yandere scale, but the book is gonna get like a 2 out of 5.
I give him a 3 out of 5, honestly.
The book?
No, not the book, but the Yandere scale.
Oh yeah. Oh, right, because he has multiple identities.
Yeah. He's a Orosama, he's a fucking whatever. Fuck, watch, he's going to be also a Shundere here.
Oh god. He's a jack of all trades.
But in some ways it is.
I remember chapter
I'm protecting
24,
a
she's
nation
just
by
like,
following
wait,
through
we're not
with this
doing
wedding.
anything?
I know.
40 chapters later. Wait, we're
What
doing
I despise
something?
most
I don't
is
want
that,
it.
and it's all that angers me. At first, all I do is stand there, unresponsive.
Listen, bitch, this
But
is gonna happen
eventually,
tonight.
I wonder if this is how royalty
The readers
felt
are getting
when they
bored.
began to marry one another. The repulsion, the nervousness, the sense of duty, all of it. I wonder if any of them
Readers are getting bored,
as I
Julie.
do. Perhaps in this I am
Honestly, that's probably the funniest thing you said all
He
day.
backs us up until I fall against the bed. He kneels between my legs to remove my shoes. First one comes off, then
They're
the
still
other.
talking about taking off the clothes
He
too,
doesn't
and while we're
remove
still
my
laughing.
Instead, he slides nibless. His body is
Honestly,
all
I would be
sculpted
enjoying
muscle.
this. Even if you
I
hate the
appreciate
dude,
the sci-fi
you can admire the
physical
fact
level,
that he has a
but
hot
it bothers
bod.
me that
You
he
know?
cares so much about
I
his body and so
think
little
I
for
could
entire
differentiate
nations.
between my emotions and
Then
just
again,
lust.
Perhaps he
Yes.
has to keep
Because
himself
lust is
in
kind
shape
of in the
case
same
he
realm
ever
as
needs
hunger.
to use his physical strength.
They're two like
not like he
they're two
doesn't
like
have
of the
enemies.
same thing,
I
right?
know.
That thought,
So
I
I don't
his
think
body
of
for
food as
bullet
man
wounds.
like as
He's
emotions.
been
I
shot
think of it
before.
as just
I
substance.
reach out to his chest and
Yeah.
run a hand over the
Lust
smooth
is
skin
also
that covers his
substance.
heart.
Yeah, and it's not like she's
Where
getting
is it?
fucked by an ugly dude.
There
Let's be
should be
real.
scars.
Let's be
It
real.
could be
Where he's
worse.
been
The
shot.
king could have been this ugly
It was
fuck.
filmed on
Yeah.
live TV.
No,
I've seen
you
him
know,
bleed in
that's
front
not
of
the
my
story. You know,
He
this
closes
is not
his eyes
hensa.
slowly.
Like,
As though he's
Heike, if I had to
relishing the feel of
choose
my skin
between
on
getting
his-
killed by an ugly
Don't
guy
you know,
versus
my
a hot
queen,
dude, I
he
would
says,
choose the hot dude to
opening
kill
his
me.
eyes.
Let's be
I
real.
can't be killed.
Then just be like loved by an
frown.
ugly bastard.
Stop calling me.
Ugly bastard, killed by a hot dude. I'd rather choose a hot dude.
Okay, wait,
I stood
hold
further
up.
back on the bed
Would
as I
you
watched him remove
would
his
you rather
shoes,
be loved by
then
an
his
ugly
socks,
bastard, like
and then his
treated like a
pants.
queen,
I fist
but you gotta fuck him and give him children? You know, like all that jazz that women have to do for like a man, you know, like family and all that shit. Or would you be like abused by a hot guy and then later killed by him?
I'd rather not be with any guy, honestly.
I'd go for the ugly bastard.
Well, that's your king, Julie.
Well, I mean, if he's gonna treat him like you know what they say, Kay, you can't judge a person by their looks.
Put a bag over his head.
You know, like, so what if he's an ugly bastard? Can he get plastic surgery?
Go
Doesn't
to
matter.
get a plastic surgery, which you in Korea.
Yeah, sure, like, fuck, I'm ugly too. Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a matching couple plastic surgery.
Just couple things.
hands in
We're just
his
laughing and the
boxer
sex scene's not even.
briefs. His stomach muscles
It's not even started
He
yet.
turns his back.
Only
I can
female
feel the touch of his
protagonists.
fingers
Would
along
feel
my
guilty
skin.
about
They
getting
give
lust.
out goosebumps.
Yes.
Slowly my dress peels away from me.
Oh god.
Montes removes the last of the buttons, and the gown glides over my hips and pools at my feet. Instinctively I cover myself. I'm still
I swear to
wearing
God, every
lingerie,
other fucking
but it
sex
hardly
scene
leaves
that we see in
anything to the
stories, the
imagination.
girls always like
Montes
repulsed by it.
pulls my arms down
Fucking
over
remember
the top of my
Transmigrator
chest.
and
He gives me
Reincarnator?
a surprisingly
Fucking
gentle look.
they're
and I
fucking
close my
married
eyes.
and she still acts like this shit.
Open your eyes, Serenity. Then
Ah.
stop looking at
If
me
I
like
was
that.
if I was the guy in those
I can't.
stories, I wouldn't
I
fucking
press
take
my
it anymore.
eyelids
I'd get a
shut
mistress.
harder.
Yeah, honestly,
You're
like there's
heartless.
nothing appealing about this.
Most of
The
time.
first time, yeah, sure, maybe,
But
okay,
sometimes-
you know, it's
sometimes
expected. It's their
I'm
first
not when
time.
I'm around
Yeah.
you.
But then like
I
second,
open my
third,
eyes at that.
fourth, the 20th time,
It
and
gets
there's
old pretty
Yeah.
fast.
And this is the
I'd
worst.
take a mistress.
A bad guy with a change of heart.
Preferably one from the
I'm
brothel,
not
because
into
at least she's
virgin.
not like
I'm
this.
going to be still a virgin, he asks.
you already established
None
this
of
at the
your business.
beginning, chapter
I'll
20,
take that as a yes.
page 20. She says saying, "I'm a virgin."
It's my
You're
job
still a
to make sure
virgin?
you enjoy yourself tonight. Me earlier. The smooth
This
material
bitch is
makes
so
me want to
stupid. Like
shrug the
honestly,
garment off.
honestly speaking,
After
this is
wearing
her
rough fatigues for
goddamn
most
chance
of
to
my
kill
life,
him.
Such soft fabric
Unless he's
feels
truly
unnatural
immortal,
against my
but
skin.
they probably mentioned that he is
Instead, I stitch the
truly
rope around
immortal
my
here,
waist and walk
and we just
outside.
skipped it over.
I
Oh
grip
yeah,
the
because
stone
this
railing.
has supernatural
Here,
elements.
Wherever
Yeah.
here is,
Whatever.
the night is pleasant. I can smell the seawater carried along the breeze.
Did she at least come?
Now that no
like,
one is watching,
like she's acting
I
like.
told you this
allow
was gonna be
myself to weep.
PG as shit.
weep for my life,
That's it.
for all those who killed or died because of the war.
I mean, at least with
And for the
hentai, like
uncertain future
the
of the world.
fucking
When I
mind
cried
break, it's
myself
more
out, I
satisfying.
lie down
Mind
on the
break
cool
is
sand
so
and
much
stare at the stars.
Ugly Bastard's more
I make out the
satisfying.
Pleiades, a constellation my mother taught me years ago. Make a wish upon the seven sisters, she'd whisper to me when we'd catch sight
Ugly
of them.
Bastards has a
And I
more
do so
like
now.
the relationship
I wish I could
dynamic
be up
of
there
like
with you.
hate and
I
lust is
gaze
more
at them
stronger
until I
than
fall
like
asleep.
Monty's and
Sometime
Serenity.
later, I feel
Honestly,
my body
yeah.
lifted off
Oh,
the ground
God.
and the warm press of skin against mine as I'm tucked
Oh,
back
whatever.
into my bed. Situation comes rushing back to me. My eyes snap open.
Of course,
and
she
I
can't
stare
just be
into my
satisfied.
Jesus' deep brown
Like, what
ones.
is she gonna do now?
His
She
bare
already
hands
married
down
the
around
guy.
his face.
Might as well
know.
just have
And
a
I
happy
can't
life
help
with
but
him.
notice that the
Like,
ruffled
you
look
already
suits him
did
well.
your duty. Like,
The
it's
sky
done.
outside has
You
a
know?
pre-dawn glow.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
what
not
else is
morning
she
yet.
gonna do?
And if anything, she's the reason why she got her father
I
killed. If you
widen
think
my
about it,
eyes.
She
Of
is.
course we weren't
Like,
going to
it's
be the
dumbass.
only ones.
like she's blaming the
I
dude
just
for
hope
killing her
that this
dad
won't
when
happen
really
again
it's
so
her
soon.
fault for.
I enjoyed
attempting
it far
to
too much
escape.
the first
Th-
time.
In
I
what
plan
world
on
does she think it
acquainting
would have
myself
been
with you many
possible?
times.
She
I feel
should-
his erection press against me, and
Or-
my breath catches.
There's a,
Just
she
like
might
last
be
night,
quote unquote
his fingers
strong,
touch
but
the
she's
soft skin
sure
between
as
my
hell
legs.
ain't smart. You
His
know.
thumb dances circles around
She
my
ain't
sensitive
fucking
flesh
smart.
until I moan. Air whistles through my teeth as I inhale. And just
Are
like
you
last
getting
night,
horny off
the
this
soreness
game?
is soon replaced by the first stirrings of
I'm
pleasure.
just thinking like
The whole thing is wrong. Wrong.
there's so many things
wrong.
this bitch could have been doing.
Then again,
You know.
I'm not the most morally righteous person. War
You're not
hasn't
the most
afforded me
smartest
that
person.
luxury.
There's nothing
So
moral
instead of
about this.
retreating
You know,
into
like
my mind, I
You did your
tentatively begin
deed.
to
You
touch
know,
the
just
king.
like she made her
First, my
bed.
hands
Now she has
glide
to
over
lie
her
with it.
shoulders and arms,
I know.
stroking the bunched muscles beneath the skin. Above me the king stills, and I meet his gaze. What are you doing?
You know what?
He
I bet this
asks.
is too much for her. She
He's
wants to go
covering
back to
my
oatmeal.
It's hard for me to call him
and
that
and
to
like
think
her
of him
dorm
like
with
that.
like 7 other
But some
roommates.
wars are
honestly.
won by surrendering
This is too much.
certain doomed battles,
This is too
and this
intense.
is one of them.
This lifestyle. is
He
too
watches
intense.
me, unmoving.
But I
and
mean,
squirm
she's a
against
fucking
me.
queen now. She could
Why have you
put
stopped?
down new laws.
Something a whole lot like
She could
affection,
change
or
the
maybe
world.
victory brightens his
Yeah,
eyes.
she could literally change the
He
world
leans
now.
in and kisses
And
me,
it's
she
clear.
could keep.
and the feeling
she
of
could
being
keep him
joined
in
two
check.
places
Yeah.
nearly throws me
But
over
she's
the
acting
edge.
like this is the worst fucking thing in the
Who you have
world.
beneath
Like
my
every other
soft
fucking
exterior was a
protagonist.
sex-starved woman. Previous
Like
next.
it's every other
Read
protagonist
Lexi
that
and novel,
hand
read
like gets
Dynasty and
hand down
novel, read
power.
Xian Hu on novel.
I don't want it.
Like she's worried about her people, you know. Like at the very beginning, she's like, "Oh, we're starving. We need to think about peace treaty, etc., etc."
She's worried about her people. Then
But-
why is this whole like story just about herself?
I know. Like
Like this isn't what I like. Okay, like she gets to be queen. This isn't what I wanted. You know, like oh, you know, like she gets like these nice dresses, like food to eat. You know, like a handsome like lover. This isn't what I wanted.
and like she goes saying like this
Yeah.
monster, and like Well, shit, bitch, you can't do anything. He's the leader of the world. You now have the leader of the world wrapped around your finger. Do something. You know?
I really want to slam my head against this keyboard because it's so, like, what is going on? Okay, so this is gonna be our final chapter, and so we're gonna go all the way to
Hikey, like, comparing this to, like, Chinese novels with, like, the Empress and stuff, like, the whole, like, concubine game, you know, they know, even though the Emperor is ugly as fuck, they got power with him, and they could change whatever they want, you know, through the Emperor. And this bitch doesn't realize this.
Okay, so I jumped all the way to chapter 60, and they're still having sex.
They're still having sex. We jumped from chapter 45 all the way to chapter 60. I mean, it's fine having a sex galore, but it's kind of tiring when you see every fucking line that says, I hate you.